Year 2 is about consciously taking our knowledge and practices, our successes, and building on them to make being Māori something we can all celebrate. It is about us, growing our whānau, living our beliefs.
Down in Ruakaka, we formed the Bream Bay Community Support Trust. We decided how could we engage elderly non-Māori people. So we looked at their interests, and a lot of them love gardening. So I joined their gardening club and became a part of them. And then I exposed them to the work that I do. And the gardening club was right next to our youth centre, and they hear all this waiata stuff going on. So they wanted to know what was going on. So I brought them over. Sue taught them how to sing. And now and again, our elderly people will come over and be a part of our pōwhiri.
You need to recreate the communities to provide that. And if you belong to a sports club, then you become friends with those people as well. And so the whānau spread becomes a lot wider. In actual fact, in some of the groups one of my daughter belongs to, they almost have a roster in terms of who does what with the children at a given time. But it's the same concept, they're just taking it further to adapt to the current environment.
I think it's really important for our mokopuna to actually know who they are culturally, what marae they come from, and that the parents, are involved in that situation as well. Who their whānau hapu iwi are.
The day of whakapapa being kept in certain books, in drawers, out of sight, to me those days are gone. Why? Because we're living in a world where we're being bombarded by so many facets of our communication that you could end up by not knowing who you are.
I sort of was connected with my family at the age of 21, where I met my mum, my birth mum. And just meeting her and also my dad's family, who were Māori, was really huge for me. I felt connected. All of a sudden I had a awa and a maunga, and I had a iwi and a canoe, and whakapapa was really important for me being Māori. It connected me to who I was. And I think from that point on in my life I really grew as a young man, and it had a huge impact on me finding my roots.
Firstly is that they're really well grounded in that, their whakapapa. And didn't have to do that, like sit down and now read this book, here's your whakapapa. It was by taking them to hui, going to tangihanga, going to birthdays, land trust meetings, wider te aroa hui, so they can for themselves hear the information and then form their own opinions and views on that particular kaupapa, and then be able to respond in their own way.
Everything we do, the decisions that we make, we talk about those things, and we know that our families understand the importance of upholding their rangatiratanga, really, being strong and independent, but also interdependent when we need to be.
Having someone that they can rely on, that they know understands them, loves them absolutely unconditionally, but takes no nonsense as well. They are made to be responsible for their own actions.
Actually teaching them about what's right and what's wrong, making sure that they understood things that were Māori, they understood their tikanga, that they can walk into anybody's home or any marae and to be respectful of anybody, that they just know how to do that.
It's about showing your kids the proper path to follow. A good example would be my son wanted to leave school at 15. Some parents will rant and rave. I took him to work. 3 weeks, he did a man's job, but he did every rubbish job on the business. At the end of 3 weeks, I said, righto son, go to school on Monday, sign out, you start full-time Tuesday. I'm not doing that for the rest of my life. That's exactly what you're doing without an education lead. So he went back to school, went to the careers advisor, he's now an electrician. But you can rant and rave, doesn't help anything. You've got to show them a path.
A lot of our kids were bunking school, So I went over to the Green Bay College and I became their truancy officer. And then now and again, especially during the summer, I would head off some of the boys when the surf's up. Some of the boys, senior students, would head off down to the beach and jump on a surfboard. Well, yeah, because I'm a pretty large person, I can't, the surfboard I jump on just sinks. So I got a boogie board. And I would just head out into the surf too and say, hey, you guys, 1 hour, back at school. Yeah, okay, matua. And then so I'm alongside those fellas, you know, on the old boogie board.
What I tell my children and my grandchildren is that just because we're adults, it doesn't mean to say that we know everything and that we do get things wrong. And it's okay to be wrong, but love your partner, love your parents, express yourself, but most of all, talk to each other and tell them that you're worried, tell them that you're scared, tell them that you love them, and tell them that you're going for help, and then go and do it.
Kia hora te marino, kia whakapapa paunamu te moana, kia tere te kāruhiruhi hua I tau huarahi aia nei, a ake tonu atu.